As you know, there are about 1,000 different ways to save money. Sadly, most of the money-saving methods people use to try and get ahead downright suck. It sucks to say, but cutting out a random coffee here and using a couple coupons there will not result in you adding numerous zeros to your bank balance, which is probably what you want to do. As such, let's now go over 7 frugal ways to save money that have the power to change your financial life forever. Number 1, challenge yourself not to spend. You see, most people fail to save money because they simply lack any reason for doing so. It's kind of like eating healthy. If you don't have a dress to fit into, a race to run, or a beach to look good on, then most people will start to slack on their chicken and broccoli diet and opt for more delicious food options instead. The same thing happens with our money. When we don't have a reason to save, we simply don't. This is where challenges come into play. One of the easiest ways to instantly improve your finances is to gamify them. In the context of saving money, you can start using no spending challenges. Now, these challenges can come in many forms, but the ones found to be the most useful are no spend weeks and months. If you're familiar, these challenges involve you not spending any money on non-routine expenses over a specified period of time. For instance, you may cut out drinks at the bar or buying clothes online for a period of a week, a month, or even longer, depending on how lengthy you want your no spending challenge to be. Now, why do these challenges work so well? There are 2 reasons. First, most people are rather competitive, and so when you are competing against yourself or against another person, you will naturally put more effort into not spending money, which in turn makes saving a whole lot easier. Second, when you stop spending money for a specified period of time, you start to learn what you can and can't live without. This is the real benefit of no spending challenges. Being able to dive deeper into what items provide you value and which don't is essential in setting up long-term savings habits. As such, it's advisable you start your own spending challenge today, and soon it will be a challenge just to fit all your newly saved cash inside that piggy bank of yours. Number 2, set saving goals. Most people have what you'd call wandering money, which is money that has no real purpose. Sadly, the more of this wandering money you have, the less likely you'll be to save money and see your wealth grow over time. So the question you probably have is, how do I know if I have wandering money or not? So let's get into that now. A telltale sign that you possess wandering money is if you have money that you have assigned no particular use for. A great example of wandering money is holding excess cash in your bank. Unless you are holding it to pounce on a down market or to top up your emergency fund, then likely this money is going to wander until it's spent on another material good you simply do not need. If you want to limit how much wandering money you possess, your best course of action is to set savings goals. I believe every single person, yes, you included, should have short, medium, and long-term savings goals. For instance, you may want to save $1,000 this year to go on a weekend trip with your spouse. In the medium term, you may want to save up $25,000 to buy a new car. Finally, in the long term, you should have ambitions to save up for retirement. Go ahead and comment below what your current financial goals are, and let's see if we have some in common. Now, as soon as you set these goals, naturally your money will start to flow towards meeting them, turning your idle, wandering cash into focused money. Then every time you hit a new goal, set another one to replace it, as the more goals you reach, the more money you will end up saving. Number 3, track everything. For instance, when you start setting income and savings goals, you automatically move closer to reaching them. And I can tell you firsthand that tracking your finances will be a game changer in your quest for more financial prosperity. Now, tracking your finances is not a sexy subject. However, seeing more zeros in your bank account is. So let's go over a foolproof, low-effort financial tracking system you can implement today. There are only 2 items you need to see dramatic results in your finances: a budget and a tracking system. Given most people hate budgeting, the easiest budget they can use is the 80-20 budget. With this budget, 80% of your income goes towards spending, 20% goes towards saving. So if you make $5,000 after taxes every month, you can spend up to $4,000 while you save the rest. However, aiming to save $1,000 and actually doing so are 2 different things. To ensure you do hit your savings target, you have 2 options. Option 1 is to use any of the 1,000 money management apps that are out there today. These apps will allow you to track every penny you spend and will calculate all of your balances for you. Alternatively, you can just jot down your spending in the notes section of your phone every time you spend money. When you start tracking your spending, your finances will start to improve in short order. and doing so and set you up perfectly for using the next tip I'm about to share. Number 4, perform a needs assessment. Now that you are tracking and stacking, what you'll want to do is add fuel to your savings fire by performing regular needs assessments relating to your finances. So first off, what is a needs assessment? As the name implies, a needs assessment is an exercise that helps you delineate what items you are spending money on that you deem as a need versus just a want, and the most frugal among us are great at separating the two. It's recommended that you perform a needs assessment every quarter. With your expense log in hand, review your expenses and ask yourself which are needs and which are wants. Over time, some items will move from one category to the other, and the more you review these expenses, the more cognizant you will be of how much value they truly bring to your day-to-day life. Number 5, plan ahead. Failing to plan is planning to save money, that is. However, the most frugal among us are avid planners, and as such reap the rewards of being prepared to tackle each and every day. Now you may be wondering how planning saves you money, so let me hit you with a few quick tips that will have you stacking up mounds of cash in no time. When it comes to saving money on food, planning is a must. If you don't plan what you want to eat, you will likely be subjecting yourself to multiple trips to the grocery store, a ton of takeout orders, and losing out on the ability to buy grocery items that are on sale. Another example when failing to plan costs you money relates to transportation. If you've spent your fair share of cash on Ubers, then you'll know that this expense could be sidestepped with a bit more planning. For instance, you could save some cash by designating a driver when going out to the bar, or planning to take the bus rather than rushing to your destination via a paid taxi service. This is all to say that a little thought can go a long way when trying to save money. And most often, you'll also be saving yourself time, which is just as valuable of a resource to be sparing. Number 6, capitalize on free money. Chances are, if you were offered $1,000 for free, you would take it. Who wouldn't, right? We all like the idea of collecting free cash, yet so many people are turning down free money every single day. And one of the best examples of this relates to our retirements. Right now, roughly 68% of employers offer 401k programs, many of which offer contribution matching up to a certain percentage of your income. For example, if you earn $50,000 a year and your company will match at 6%, you can get $3,000 for free by making your annual contribution to your employer-sponsored 401k account. Number 7, raise your income. If you combine all the money saving tips shared so far, they will pale in comparison to how powerful raising your income can be in your quest to save more money. You see, when enough money is earned, any idiot can save money. Now I know you've heard stories of people getting rich and blowing it all, but I know you're smarter than that, which is why earning more money is the ultimate money-saving hack. Making more money solves one of the most limiting issues that most people have when trying to save more money, which is an inability to cut down their expenses further. Even as a frugal person, there are only so many expenses you can eliminate before all you are left with are your core expenses. When you get to this point, you're now stuck in your quest for more savings. However, when you lean on income as a money-saving tool, your ability to save becomes infinite. So the real question we need to answer is, what is the best way to raise your income? There are 3 options I typically recommend, moving from the least to the most effective. The least effective way to make more money is to rely on raises at your current job. Most people get raises of 2 to 3%, which will result in making a few extra $1,000s a year, and even less when taxes are considered. If you want to start saving big bucks, do not solely rely on raises to get you there. The second option is to pick up a part-time job or start a side hustle. This is the best approach for people who want to make money as soon as possible, and there is a lot more potential for saving if you are willing to put in the work. Finally, there's starting a business. This may sound intimidating to some, but if you really want to make a dent in your savings effort, do not overlook this means by doing so. Nowadays, you can start an online business for free. Plus, you can access more people than any brick-and-mortar store ever could, which gives your income an unlimited upside potential. Once you have any of these new income methods in place, saving more money will be easy. And if you want to learn how you can easily save 60% of your income, click on this next video and let's get started.